Okay, so welcome to the first ever AR Science Fair. Obviously, AR stands for Augmented Reality. The competition is open to middle school and high school students in the Texas and southern New Mexico area. All right, you guys will be competing for cash prizes and scholarships, which we will announce midway through the competition. Okay, as I've done this a lot of times, and what we find is that we want to make sure that we reward the kids as best as we can with the monies that we have. And so we don't worry, we do give out good prizes, and every year we reward the kids for all their hard work and their innovations that they create. So again, like I said, my name is Joseph Sapien, Executive Director for Success Through Technology Education Foundation. I'd like to recognize and thank two of our key sponsors for this. Without their support, we would not be able to bring you the AR Science Fair. But I'd like to thank Microsoft and also recognize El Paso Electric for their contributions to AR Science Fair. We also have other partners that have helped behind the scenes and are also going to help with questions and support as you guys continue your science fair projects. So I also want to recognize Assembler, who is going to be giving a part of the workshop here today. Creed, Insights, Medical Centers of the Americas Foundation, Parabeak, and Tech E over at UTEP. Mike Pitcher and his team do a phenomenal job, and they will continue to do that for our competitors this year. So I've got a quick little video for those of you that may not be familiar with augmented reality. There's a quick video that I found on YouTube that I think will kind of get your creative minds going, and just think about the possibilities that augmented reality will have on the future. And I think Anita and Assembler will talk a little bit, dive a little bit deeper into AR. But I just want to show this video of the AR in action. So just to give you guys a couple of ideas of how augmented reality is going to shape the future. So into the competition, who can compete, like I mentioned, middle school and high school students from Texas and Southwest New Mexico area. Our timeline is today's our kickoff with our workshop. We're going to introduce a lot of tutorials and how to create in augmented reality, and then show you about where to submit your project. So teachers that have joined us today, we want to make it as easy as possible on you to submit science fair projects. Obviously with this pandemic, there's a lot of caveats to the way we teach. And so we want to make it as easy as possible. So come January, November, December, and January really are for development of your science fairs. Some of you are probably going to be competing in your school levels. Having augmented reality only gives you an edge to presenting your projects. So just think of using our competition as a way to win your school science fair projects, and then go on to your regional or district science fairs. And then we've partnered with Insights at the Sun Country level. So at that point, it should be really competitive, and we should see a lot of AR incorporation into those science fair projects that made it to that level. And then you have your Texas and your international science fairs with those dates. Now, I did put asterisks because they may change or they may not change, but just to be aware of what's coming down the future. So the themes that we came up with are 5. We have education, which is enhancing remote educational experiences. Life science, which is solve new healthcare solutions, okay? And then business, small business solutions in a virtual economy. So what do these 3 themes have, the top 3 have in common? They're all basically, relating to how your ideas and your innovations can impact COVID-19 and the pandemic. The 4 and the 5 are really kind of your multidisciplinary or your traditional research and applications of knowledge, and then futuristic thinking, so engineering, design, and testing. Okay, so these are all loaded on our website, and but these are the 5 themes that we are going into. And so for those of you that have competed in the science fairs traditionally, what we've done is we've partnered with Insights, who has helped us take those categories, those themes that we came up with, and align them within the traditional science fair project. So when you are in our web portal, you'll notice as you click on a specific theme, the categories will change accordingly. So that way we're not deviating away from the science fairs. We're more complementary to the science fair. So as you select the theme, the categories will automatically change, and then this is the first step when you apply in our web portal. So the application is on arsciencefair.com. Okay, you would click sign up as a new team, enter your email. Okay, this is just a demo video. Enter your email, which is typically going to be your school email, and then you're going to create a password. Okay, this will create your profile so that you can save your work. And what I recommend is probably opening up a Google Doc or using your Microsoft Word or Google, whatever you use for your school, is go ahead and use that to type out your observations and all your work, and then paste it into our platform. That way you can do all the editing and grammar check through those platforms versus ours. Ours is a portal that we built to submit. So you basically can create your school, your grade, your team, and then what's also important is that we get a sponsor email, which is typically your teacher, okay? Or if you're homeschooled, your parent, or whoever's in charge of that. But we do want a sponsor email, as it helps us ensure that there's some form of monitoring or keeping track of the students' work and that they're still on schedule. So you would just enter that teacher email. We do have a competition guide. Now, as emails populate, if we do change anything, we would update that competition guide and send an email out to everyone. Okay, so if there is changes, maybe we want to make announcements on the prizes. Maybe there's some questions that we didn't know. This is the first year we're doing it, so we want to make it perfect. Okay, but we would definitely use all the emails that have been signed up in our application portal and blast email them and say, hey, FYI, here's the latest competition guide, and it's been updated to reflect these changes. So, but I just want to show everybody how the application takes place. And so let me stop my screen share. So we're really honored to have Anita who's the co-founder and CCO from Assembler present today. And Assembler Edu is a platform which enables you to make a more interactive, collaborative, and fun learning activities with 3D and AR. We're really excited for this partnership. They are located in Indonesia, so they're on a different time base. So Anita, I want to introduce you and get you onto the screen. So welcome.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Joseph.
Hey.
Thank you so much for having us in this competition. And we're so happy to be a part of this competition. And we hope that everyone could make an awesome AIR science fair project using Assembler Edu. And if you have any questions, do not hesitate to visit our website, edu.assemblerworld.com, or send me an email to anita@assemblerworld.com. Just hit me up with any questions you'd like, and I'll be happy to assist you. Thank you.
Great. So Anita, you're going to be around. I'm going to play. Are you going to go through the slides with them, or did you want me to do that?
You can do that. You can
Okay.
do it.
Okay. Okay. So Anita and her team at Assembler created a bunch of videos that will help you with the development. Okay. Our planning team internally got together and said, what's the best way to help inspire and engage the students, you all, with this learning environment? So after going back and forth and testing some models, we said, let's create some videos. And so let me go ahead and play the next slide. Please tell me if you cannot hear the sound for some reason.
Hi, everyone. I'm Anna from Assembler. It's nice to meet you guys. I'll be accompanying you in a couple of hours and will help you get on board with Assembler Edu and Assembler Studio. I believe that everyone here will easily master the platform in no time and help you present your science fair project with compelling interactive contents. I understand how the pandemic has caused us to work remotely. So, by using Assembler Edu and Assembler Studio, I am hoping that everyone in this room will be able to tackle all the challenges we face in this harsh time and be able to create impactful projects. So, let's get started. What is augmented reality? Augmented reality, or AR, is when you add digital objects to the real world with the help of a smartphone. The object might seem sticking in the real world, but it's actually not. As you can see here, there is a picture of a person holding a smartphone and pointing it at the carpet. In the middle of the carpet, there is a chair that is actually only visible on the phone. But when seen in the real world, the chair is not there. So, this chair object is called augmented reality, or AR. Let's take a look at a video about AR in education. As you can see, there is a frog placed on a table. If you tap on the next button, you will be able to see that the frog will slowly show its layers beneath, such as muscles, skeleton, intestines, and any other internal organs. There are infinite ways that you can make an AR, maybe video, 3D, image, annotation, or 3D text. You can easily merge all these contents and create one impactful project. These will surely help you present and visualize a really great work and presenting your science fair project. Why use augmented reality? First of all, it's visual based. It is a known fact that our memory works best when multiple senses are involved. So let's say they are looking at an AR object of a human heart. They may see the heart and they may hear the heart beating. So students get a more complete picture of what they're studying. Second is explaining the abstract. Some concepts are difficult to understand and even harder to properly depict and present it in a textbook. However, augmented reality serves as a new medium where it is much easier to achieve. Students can scan on the images, see the AR objects, and get a deeper understanding of what they're learning. Third one is engagement and interaction. Interactive, gamified AR learning can have a significant positive impact on students. It keeps them engaged throughout the lesson and makes learning fun and effortless. And the fourth one is fostering creativity. AR helps teachers and students to create meaningful and impactful lessons using all the resources they can find online or just anywhere. I'd like to introduce you to our on-the-go platform, Assembler Edu. Assembler Edu is a mobile app, desktop app, and browser-based that allows you to create more fun and accessible learning experience. Powered by augmented reality or AR, teachers and students can access or create their own fascinating 3D visuals to present in the classroom just for any subjects. As we all know, frequently, students have a hard time grasping lessons through mere 2D images. So do educators, who often have to explain abstract and difficult concepts without adequate teaching aids, props, or even models. That's why we brought Assembler Edu to spark up your classroom. Why use Assembler Edu? Assembler Edu has powerful features in one application. First one is online classroom. This is like Google Classroom, but better. You can make countless classrooms for teachers and students to be able to organize their classes and start assigning lessons. The second one is topic or lessons. We have provided a lot of topics or lessons that you can use right away without the hassle of having to create one. There are biology, chemistry, physics, life science, and many more. The third feature is scan feature. So this feature lets you to scan image markers or QR markers, and then you can bring out the AR content on top of the marker. The fourth one is create. So if you can't find your desired lesson on our topics page, you can simply create one yourself. It's easy as drag and drop, accompanied by our rich library of 3D assets. So that's the brief explanation of what augmented reality or AR is, and a quick description of the capabilities of Assembler Edu, which I will explain to you shortly, and we can all unlock all the features together. So stay tuned and let's begin.
So Anita and her team have put together the videos. So after you register on arsciencefair.com, I'm going to share my screen real quick again. I'm going to show you how easy we built it, okay? So that's one video. You already knocked one out of the sequence there, okay? So if you go to arsciencefair.com, and you'll see at the top right, right now it says go to project, but since I already created one, you would see something like this. You can log in or create an account by clicking register now here. Oh, that's for the workshop, sorry about that. But you would click here, sign up did you read the competition guide and sign up, okay? So you would go ahead and sign up, enter your email, password, create your password. Give me 1 second, let me see here. And once you're in the portal, you're going to see this is where you would submit. Remember the video I showed? It's where you select your theme, and then you would select the category, and then you follow the steps. So you can put an image for your logo for your team. You can title your project. You can upload, like I said, an image as a logo, and then you're going to go ahead and fill out everything that you would fill out in your typical science fair projects. You can even upload any data, graphs that you want to show. You can even list your references at the bottom. So you can list any references. And then down here at the bottom is where it says demo video or AR scene. This is the link that you would get generated from Assembler, and you would put that deep link into this specific field and hit submit. So I can't see submit because I have, give me 1 second. I have the, okay, there we go. So you could hit save your project or click submit to submit your project. Now, the cool things that I want to tell you about, and Anita, I'll just mention it, and then you can kind of go into how you put them in order. But at the very top, it says, do you know how to start? You're going to click here, and here's the list of videos that you can have your students or the students actually fill out and conduct. And it's 43 of them that they do that will give them everything that they need to know to compete and create an AR scene. So it's simple. They would, since we've already seen the first one, the introduction, they would click on the second one, and now they're going to watch the second video, how to register the website. So
I will guide you in registering for an account on.
So Anita goes very meticulous into each of the sequence. But Anita, did you want to talk about the videos and what the teachers and students need to know?
Okay. Hi, everyone. Okay, so yeah, so there are 43 videos in the playlist, and I have sorted everything really carefully. So if you have any like specific questions, you can actually find them in these videos. So I've also explained what is AR, and I also explained how to get on board with the sign up process, as well as the how to use our editors on our app. And I've also had an explanation on how to use our desktop app, which is also pretty similar to the mobile app. But I really wanted to make sure that you guys can understand both the mobile app and the desktop app. And I've also explained how to upload your own custom marker and your own custom 3D object, and also how to input animations to your 3D models as well. And I hope by learning through these videos, it can get you on board with the science fair, your science fair project.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Anita. So what we really want to do in this workshop is kind of introduce everybody to what AR is, go over the rules, introduce you to Assembler, and then also show you about the arsciencefair.com web portal. So with what I think you guys can do today is really start to go through the videos, create your downloads. I think Irvin actually put the link, the 2 links in the chat bar, so that you can get started on downloading. You can access the links in the chat, and I also posted them on our website. So you can go there. I would definitely tell your students to create the accounts, put some thought into the categories that they select. But I've gone through some of the videos, and they're very detailed. So you shouldn't have too many questions where that wouldn't be answered into the video, that aren't answered in the videos. But I think it's really about who's going to create their videos and as much research that they put into their web portal. And the end result that we're looking to have is going to be the first ever AR Science Fair book. So just imagine our goal is 50 teams or 50 projects to be published in that book. And we would post that book after the competition. So this would be something that would create a buzz in the community or in the state or in the world, saying, look, check out these science fair projects. Just imagine kids scanning it and then viewing the work that you guys did, and reading the hypothesis, and all of the work that they did will also be something that we're going to add into the application. So 2 things that you get out of this workshop today is, one, definitely you got access to now Assembler, and you get access to the web portal where to submit. By all means, please, for you teachers that are with us today, make this a class assignment. and it's not necessarily always just scientific. You're solving problems. The other differentiation that I didn't mention earlier was there's a little bit of a difference from the middle school and the high school. The high school level, we want them to also, there's a field that says go to market. We want them to think about an entrepreneurial effort of like saying, okay, hey, we discovered this new way to uh, um, clean a tabletop in the kitchen because of our solution. Or and so we want the kids to also think about how to market that product or that solution as a way to make it profitable or get their MVP launch. So that's the difference from the high school and the middle school components. Is the high school is more, it's got an entrepreneurial flavor to it, and then the middle school has it's your traditional science fair process that they're making electronic. But I do want to open it up for any questions. I do have Mike Pitcher, I think, on the call as well. He's from UTEP, from the Tech E academics, and they basically help us out with if we continue doing workshops. Obviously, the pandemic has changed the way we deliver services, but him and his team do a great job every year. They helped us with the Sun City Challenge last year, and he's willing to help us this year, help the students and teachers if you guys have any questions. And then we have Carletta, who's with Microsoft Teals program with us today. And she's a great resource when it comes to computer science teachers and growing computer science in our area. And then the third individual that we have to help support on the call was, I think there was another one, I apologize. Don't recall, I can't find them. But you guys have a great support team with us. Anita put her email into the chat as well. But is there any questions from students and teachers that are with us here today? No questions? Everyone's pretty clear? So Mike just put his email in there from UTEP, another great resource. Carletta put her email in there for anybody that needs help with computer science. Is there any questions? I hate that there hasn't been one question. That's good that it's pretty clear. But is there any questions from the teachers? Anything that we left out that you possibly can't think of, or that we didn't think of?
Hi, Joseph. Hello,
Hey.
everybody. If I may kind of jump in.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Can I have you give me one statement in the chat as to how you feel about the AR Science Fair that has just been presented to you? I'll give you some thinking time. I'd love to see a response from everybody. What do you think? Come on, Irvin. Mr. Swanson, give me a response. Awesome. Can't wait to get started. Thank you, Saul.
Yeah, tell us what you think. We want to hear from you. This is the first ever, so it's
Awesome, Ms. Falcon.
We're excited, but yeah, we want to hear from you guys. So keep it going.
It is a little scary, to be honest. It is a little bit scary, but know that you have a lot of resources. Anita will, if you reach out to her, she'll always answer any questions that you have in reference to the AR. If you need any help, the teachers, if you need any help as far as what it is that you're doing in the classroom, please reach out to me. If I can't answer the question for you, I'll get you resources. This is something that's really exciting for the students, just because we need to teach not for what we're doing now or the jobs that we thought we were going to have, but the jobs that these students are going to have in 3-4 years. And so this is a really good way to just put it out there. Thank you all for doing what you do. Mr. Swanson, thank you for representing Clint today. Awesome. All righty. We can talk to Mr. Tapia in reference to getting that unblocked, Mr. Swanson. Date in February. Joseph, they want to know about a date in February.
Yeah,
That's
so the
great.
date in February, I'm monitoring that closely with
Okay.
Insights. So Insights is the one that does the Sun Country, the regional science fair. So I'll believe me, the dates as soon as I have them locked in for the February and March and so on, I'll definitely make sure you guys get it. So please make sure you fill out a correct email when you register, so we can use those emails as a way to communicate with you guys. So we
Mhm.
also did create a Microsoft Teams. If I can share my screen one more time, we created a Microsoft Teams channel that you guys can go to. If let me go to I'll post it in the chat too. If you go to AR Science Fair, STT Foundation, sorry. If you need a collaborative space, I was talking with Mike yesterday, and so here's, if you go to the link where you registered for this workshop, right below that you'll see a Teams channel, and then right below that you'll see the link to Assembler if you didn't already grab it or you want to tell somebody where to go. But once you click the Teams channel, it's a space that you guys can collaborate in, meet each other, network with each other, bounce ideas. I'll be monitoring that. As well. But so that's the link to the collaborative space. If you want to go in there and ask questions, that's really where we have your playground, if you will, to that. But you have can't find that team. You have direct access to Anita. But this is, if you just click that link, that's where the collaborative is. So what other questions were there?
There's a couple of more, Joseph. First of all, I agree with Eric. You know, I think it is a challenge, but the students will always amaze us. I think that's a very good mentality to have. So a couple of questions coming up, Joseph, is about the teams submission. And because the website does ask you for a team name.
Mhm.
So they want
Yeah,
to know.
you could be a team of two, or you can be individual. So we did make that available. You could have a team of two, or you could go individually as a student.
Awesome. And Anisha also has another question in reference to, are we competing with our divisions or with everyone?
You are competing with everyone. So the way I would approach this, Anisha, is like, you know, you would be competing in our competition, but parallel, if you join your school science fair and you advance, let's say hypothetically, you don't advance in your school one, but you're still in the AR science fair one. So you have two opportunities by competing in your school and the AR science fair. So obviously, I feel like if you guys compete in ours, you have an advantage by having an augmented reality, like Anita showed the frog. You know, you have an augmented reality demonstration that you could wow the judges with, versus students that maybe are not doing that type of presentation. So, so you would be competing in ours, Anisha, against everybody in ours, and then in the school science fairs, then you're competing against your schools or that circuit.
Awesome.
And again, for those of you that mentioned like you're intimidated or it's scary, you have a great team behind us with Anita from Assembler. You have Mike Pitcher over at UTEP. You have Carletta from Microsoft. You know, I typically try not to get too much involved in case I have to break a tie or something. So I'm really more of the organizer to it. I don't like to get into the judging aspect of it, but you have a great resources. Thanks for doing this. Don't be intimidated. Your students, trust me, when they see these videos, they can easily follow along. Anita and her team did a wonderful job to make it as easy as possible. We
Mhm.
were going to do like Saturday workshops, but because of the pandemic, it just didn't feel right. And we made it easy on the teachers as best as we could too by doing
So
those videos.
especially because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
So Linda from EPISD has a question, Joseph, for you
Okay.
in reference to, can this presentation be made available to students so that she can share?
Yes, I'm recording this presentation, and as soon as I download it and trim it a little bit, and I will post it on the website as well. So yeah, it will be available.
Installs, what installs need to be, are there installs that students need to do, and will they work on Chromebooks?
I'll leave that to Mike or Anita on that one.
Hi, I would like to answer your question, Sal Nunez. So Assembler isn't available for Chromebooks, but it works on Mac and PC or mobile. I hope that answers the question.
And I can tell you to add on to Anita's, because I know you're probably having questions about maybe like, are they prohibited or blocked by your districts? We've used it with a wide range, and if you have those problems, contact me, and we'll chat with your district about that.
So again, if you're just watching this on a taped or recorded version, that was Mike Pitcher saying if you have any problems with the Chromebooks, please to contact him, and he posted his email in the chat. So that's mpitcher@utep.edu or teche@utep.edu. Thank you, Mike.
To address Ryan's question, he wants to know if it's a download or a web platform.
Hi Ryan, I would like to answer your question. So Assembler is also available on also available on web, but it's only the dashboard. But if you want to create the project, you will have to download the app through mobile, iOS and Android, or Mac and PC through desktop.
All right. Great questions. Definitely excited about what your kids are about to do and what the students that are on this call, on this Zoom, are going to do. I think they're gonna always, like every year, wow us with their innovations. And again, I think I'm gonna make sure that we do our best to promote this post-event as well. So all their hard work and your classes and your students will hopefully make the top 50 and be published in the first ever AR Science Fair book. So that's something to be proud of, that came from El Paso and on. And who knows where this thing may go, but I do want to share that we are talking to other potential partners that will help grow this and scale it, so we can hopefully grow this thing not only just in this area, but in the state, in the US, and global. So again, thank you, Anita. Thank you, Mike. Carletta, thank you. It's about 5:15. Students and teachers, go at it. Now you got the tools, you got the information, and you have full control now to create those projects, and you got a great support team. So do you have any other thing, Anita and Mike and Carletta, before we hang up?
Just as a challenge, if you all would be able to create your accounts now so that we can kind of start seeing, where the projects are going, what kind of categories you're choosing, that would be great. So we can start getting some feedback from the websites to make sure that if there's anything that we need to fix on our end, Joseph can take care of that.
Yeah, and we'll fix it early versus towards the end. So definitely good point. Anita?
Okay, hi everyone. So I have I want to add something actually. So once you sign up, I will ask for the emails to Joseph, and I will upgrade your accounts to a premium account, so you can upload unlimited a lot of 3D objects. So yeah, I will be asking for Joseph for the email, so I can upgrade the accounts to premium account. So
Awesome.
so you can fully unlock all the features on Assembler.
Cool. Thank you, Anita. That's a great, it's great news. Thank you.
Okay.
Mike, anything before we hang up?
No, just good luck. We're really excited to be a part of this, and feel free to have you or your students reach out to us if you have questions beyond just the AR piece. But if you need help with some of the science or some of that, or your students pick an area that you like, we need an expert in this and we have no idea, reach out to me and we can help you with that on the UTEP side.
There was a question from Lydia. Is there a fee? There is no fee. Thank you to our sponsors. So no fee at all for the competition. So, but with that being said, Thank you, everybody. Have a good rest of your evening and a great weekend, and look forward to seeing your projects and your students' creations. Thank you.
Bye, everybody. Be safe.
Thanks, everyone.